Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Block Bull right about now, returning with the latest video on the channel. Now, apologies guys, I've not been with you guys for a few days now, mainly just because there wasn't much to record in terms of price action on the charts, etc. However, we're just going to have a quick look at the markets whilst it's a little bit quiet here on a Sunday night. And we'll just take a little bit of a look at the news as well and see where the markets can be heading next week. So first and foremost, we got this article published here by Coinpedia. So their title: Ripple versus SEC nears key deadline, settlement or showdown. And this was published on the 27th of April, so that was yesterday. So let's just have a scroll through here. Let's have a look. In the cryptocurrency world, all eyes are on XRP as well. Holders of large amounts of the digital asset transfer a whopping 180 million coins. So there's a lot of inter-trading, if you will. Not that it's affecting price action as such. However, with the courtroom showdown reaching a critical stage, tomorrow being April the 29th is a date everyone's watching, as it marks the deadline for the SEC to respond to Ripple's motions, thanks to a ruling from Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn. So essentially this is extra time which is giving both sides a chance to lay out their arguments carefully, and I believe Ripple have then got 3 business days to respond. So I'm pretty sure that would take us up to about Thursday this week. So if you just get a calendar up, 3 business days from tomorrow, so 1, 2, 3. You're looking at Thursday, yeah, before any sort of results or we'll hear anything back as such. But ultimately, Stuart Alderotti, that's kind of representing Ripple in this court case against the SEC. SEC have basically requested $2 billion in penalties for the institutional sales. Okay, but obviously Stuart is arguing the case that they are above board and what they was selling were not securities. And if it is found that XRP isn't a security, obviously Stuart will be looking to get the penalty down to around 10 million. So that's kind of where the ballpark is. However, it looks like they're going to be negotiating, and it seems like they're going to be settling for 100 million instead. So that's really good negotiations, that from Ripple's representative. So if we do get that, like anywhere between 10 to 100 million in settlement figure, obviously Ripple will be happy, and obviously XRP should flourish, knowing that it isn't a security. So we'll just go over to the charts anyway. I can move myself back over there. I feel comfortable on this side of the charts, so let's just have a look now. Again, starting on the weekly. The weekly is phenomenal. For me, it's really reliable. Again, I don't like going into smaller time trades and trading cryptocurrency in particular. I don't mind trading on a brokerage exchange, doing like the DAX, trading other indices as well as like euro, dollar, etc., on the currency pairs. But for me, as far as crypto goes, I do not trade. It's way too volatile. It's too much noise. The algorithms are just up and down. It's absolutely wild. You can see here, do you know what I mean? 1 minute you think you're bursting out, and the next minute you're rejection, blah de blah. So it is very dangerous, guys. For me, I will just accumulate. Even though the price goes down, you still have the same amount of tokens, and if you are accumulating, you're currently adding onto your bag and compounding, and that's where winners are made, when you're compounding your assets. Okay, so again, this chart is fairly self-explanatory. So again, this is a weekly chart here. We're coming in, got the breakout, we got the retest, but for me that was a little bit concerning because we did get that close inside the wedge as far as I'm concerned. However, the following week, on week commencing Monday the 15th of April, we managed to close above the wedge again, so that was crucial. We're currently Sunday, so we're just waiting for this candle to close, and it looks like we've not even touched the trend line as far as I'm concerned. So if we get a clear close above this trend line, who knows what next week will bring for us. Obviously with this news here, especially key date tomorrow on the 29th of April, who knows what Ripple and XRP price action will do. So for me, XRP is still looking really bullish, but it is dragging on. People ask me, when is it going to go? I couldn't tell you. Like TA, you can see this. You just got to use your common sense. In my opinion, we're looking at Monday the 3rd of June now. But we don't necessarily have to get to the tip. It could be that week. So please, guys, just stop asking me when. I don't know. Just hold on. I know it's frustrating, but that's where you earn the money, by being disciplined and patient. As Warren Buffett says, the stock market, crypto, any markets for that matter, the stock market is a device from transferring the money from the impatient to the patient. So they're the people that make the money. They're the investors that succeed eventually. So that's XRP. Now let's just go over to my favourite, because I have been mentioning on X that if XDC did dip below, I did accumulate. So I did transfer a lot of my bags into XDC. Now earlier I was just having to play around with some of these other trend lines just to see like worst case scenario, and it is frightening. So obviously just forget that red trend line for a moment, take that out. So initially we did have this sort of blue trend line playing out nicely, but we got that breakdown, retest, and it doesn't look great, guys. I must admit, it doesn't look great. So I've just, again, been playing around with these trend lines, and for me, I was adding these bottoms up. So I wanted these two bottoms, 1, 2, to align, and then I was just drawing back really, just to see where price action would come. So something like that, and I'll just extend that out. So yeah, it don't look good, it don't look promising, but I'm pretty much all in XDC. I have got faith in XDC as a token, so I am praying at this point. Again, I'm almost ignoring TA, because if I was going off TA, I wouldn't be investing. I'd be waiting for this to play out, and then I'd probably look at buying in as soon as we get, especially above this blue trend line here, which I'm stretching out here. I would like to see price close above there, then I could re-enter the market. But you know what, I'm just going for it. I entered this market, I went all in, and I said, I'm all in. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. That's me done. I'm out. But I'd rather do that than stick in a mundane job, Monday to Friday, paying bills and having no sort of hope. Where this has the potential to set you free. Now, admittedly, I could be in other tokens, I could be in other coins that look a little bit safer and look a little bit more promising on the charts. But ultimately, all the deep research that I've done, especially around R3 Corda, all roads lead to XDC, in my opinion. So I am literally putting my faith in the research and fundamental analysis that I've done. So I'm not solely relying on the charts. I'm just hoping XDC does a similar move to what XRP did back in 2017 when we was trading below the wedge, and then we got that 10x straight out the traps. So I'm literally fingers crossed right about now. I do not advise to do the same, but I am a firm believer of XDC. Now, a lot of people have been touting ETH is running away. Let's just see, and everyone's touting that we are now in altcoin territory. So again, we had this breakout. This is old analysis. So we got that green candle and that rejection. So the price had to make a decision. It's either going to go up or down. So it's a 50-50 guess, really. Ultimately, we ended up breaking down, having that fake out. And luckily enough, it looks like we're closing back inside the range. So again, this is bullish for ETH. Now, markets tend to do the opposite of what you believe is the obvious. So, you know, if a lot of people are calling, you know, the markets are going to go up, ultimately they go down and vice versa. You know, it's strange, the psychology behind the markets. You know, it always wrong steps everybody. But again, we've not lost anything. You know, it's just delayed and prolonged the process, which is frustrating. But again, if you've got the patience, then it shouldn't bother you too much. You should just see it as an opportunity to accumulate more assets. So ETH's looking really good. We get back in this range this week, get this Sunday close under our belt, and again we can start to push on. So ETH, as far as I'm concerned, is holding really well. Let's just have a look at Stellar as well, just to complete the sort of trifecta with XRP, XDC and XLM. So similar to XDC, we're getting closes below the wedges. It don't look great, guys, but I've been bullish in other videos, and look what it's done, it's broken down. So I'm hoping, you know, by common sense, you're thinking, oh, if everyone's feeling deflated, everyone's feeling a little bit pessimistic about the markets, then we're going to capitulate further. So I'm hoping this is going to catch everybody off guard, because we're already significantly undervalued. This is the thing, guys. Like, these are perfect buying opportunities, really. They're undervalued. Nobody wants to buy down here. Everyone's panicking. Everyone wants to buy up here. But again, I don't feel like the market is going to give you the opportunity to get a nice close here, safe close, and then enter the market. It's just going to melt through when we do get shifting, guys. So that's what I'm just prepared. I'm in. It's do or die at this point for me. Like, I really don't care. I'm just in it. I'm in it to win it, and that's my stance on it. So that's XLM. Somebody asked me about DAG over on Twitter, so I said I'd cover it. I'll include it in the video. So again, simple analysis, clean cut. Everybody can see. You know, a beginner can see what's happening here. So you got this weekly close here, nice trend line down, breakout, retest, perfect buying opportunity for DAG, especially if you have got a large bag. I mean, you can stake DAG regardless of how much you've got, but if you've got enough, you can buy nodes with it as well and earn passive income. So this would be a really good investment. So if you're not aware of nodes and passive income, I'd certainly check out some other YouTube videos. I've not done one myself personally, but I would do your research and get involved with DAG if you have got a lot of money. You can earn some really nice profits with DAG. Let's just have a quick look at Bitcoin. I've not kept on, so look at Bitcoin now. Obviously you got this red dotted line just to signal where Bitcoin's been. So this wick here has come back down to retest this weekly close here. So for me, again, it's holding. But we are outside of this sort of, I've just drawn this fair value line as we go into this bull market here. So this is fair value. We're currently undervalued in terms of where we are with Bitcoin. So I would have liked to see a close up here around 68k. So I'm hoping as we get to the tip of this wedge on the Bitcoin price, then we can start pushing on. But again, it looks scary now. It's a scary time to be invested in crypto. So there is a lot of fear in the market if you are following technical analysis. That's just in my opinion. We'll move over to Casper as well. Again, I had a quick look at Casper earlier, and Casper is looking phenomenal. So let's just scroll out of here. Now look at this. You could even come under here slightly. So this little wedge here where it falls off to do this final capitulation, bounce around, retest, rejection. Then obviously we've been grinding along, come underneath, breakout, retest, and we're just stalling out with the rest of the market. So Casper is again significantly undervalued. Like, you just want to see it pop up there, especially up to that sort of price range here, which I'll mark out. You want to see it, do you know what I mean? There's no reason why I can't start challenging all-time weekly closes there. So in terms of prices, let's just have a look at return on investment there. So that's like near enough 1,500. So what's that, guys? Is that near enough 14-15x? So again, Casper is looking absolute killer at the moment. Some really good, some really good prices to be had. Quickly, let's have a look at VELO as well. Look at VELO. All this price action playing out back in 2020, 2021. Look at it. We're over $1. All-time highs close to $2. Now we're gonna have to go into some smaller time frames. It's the price action's playing around here. So let's just go. Let's start on off a daily. See where we're at there. So let me just go. That might sort us out. Look at the state. Look at the state of this. So this is where we are now. Just drawing these again, just having a play around, guys. Don't have to be 100% accurate. This is just for entertainment purposes only. But you can see what VELO's doing. Now we have got this sort of ascending channel going on here. So whether or not we come back down, retest this blue line, which could make sense because it would be retesting that previous local sort of high there that we made in the first week of April. So I won't be surprised if that played out. So it would be, that's like 25. Is that 25% retracement? It is. It's about 25% retracement. So be very cautious of that. Obviously, VELO's got a long way to go. So there's a lot of volatility in the market. So just be careful with VELO. But if that does happen, I would be looking to re-enter. Not re-enter because obviously I hodl. But if it does retest that sort of area around 0.015, I would be looking to start re-entering VELO and buying up some more tokens of that. So VELO looks okay on the surface because we have got a lot of room for manoeuvre. You can see I've drawn this like purple rectangle sort of accumulation box here, supply and demand. You can see how the bottom of this wick on inception comes down into there, plays around, and obviously we've got that retest and rejection. So ultimately I am looking in the short term to get up to, within the next couple of months anyway, definitely to get back up here. So that's VELO. I'll have a look at Stronghold as well. I've not looked at Stronghold for a while. I'm not even sure I've got it in my watch list anymore because I don't hold any. So let's just have a look. I don't hold any just because I've already got exposure with VELO to the Stellar Lumens sort of blockchain. So that's a complete wrong one. That's brought up Power International. So what's this MEX? There's not a lot of data on MEX. What else have we got? We got Gate.io. Let's have a look. Let's just delete some of this because there's a lot of this is probably drawn on the log scale. So that's kind of what I had playing out on the log. Now you can see this analysis. This analysis was accurate when I used to follow Stronghold. So we had this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C correction with the Elliott wave. You can see here it's rejected. It's kind of broken out of the ABC. So yeah, A, B. This would have been B. Let me just mark it so then I'm clear with myself. So you got A. Let's start again, Harry. You got A, B, C, and then obviously it's just kind of gone off into the wind, hasn't it? So it's all stalled out. But yeah, I can draw some more. Again, really, I need a bit of time to have a look at this because I'm trying to wing it and do it off the bat. So I wouldn't rely on this analysis that I'm doing right now. So this is just a rough guide. Again, trend lines. This again is just rough. Ideally, I would have liked some time to have a look at this, but anyway, I'm covering it. So they're like your two major trend lines. For me, this is on the daily. We could go in the weekly, which is obviously more reliable. See what sort of data that brings up. Again, we can kind of condense these down. Something like that. Yeah, so you're looking at around 3rd of June, which is when XRP XDC is pretty much good to go. So it looks like Stronghold's tied in with the utility coins now. So whether or not we get that slow, gradual price action heading into the beginning of June, who knows? But that's just food for thought anyway, guys. Obviously, we've been on the video for nearly 20 minutes. If you have enjoyed the content, consider liking the video. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And great to see you guys again. I shall see you shortly in the week. Cheers, guys. Blockball out.